Hi,
Hello.
hi guys. I'm Romel from Pep.ph. I noticed that you're all wearing the costumes from the Let It Be movie of the Beatles.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm going to ask you your reaction to two movies that are about the Beatles. First, your reaction to Yesterday. Was it a sacrilege, or is it they did good with that movie, or and Peter Jackson's Let It Be? What are your reactions to those
Very
two
good
movies?
question.
Yeah.
Very good question. I really enjoyed Across the Universe when that came out. I thought it was going to be a bit cringe, but actually they did a really good job. It's really hard to cover a Beatles song, right? Because it is a bit of a risk, and there's so many covers that just will not be as good as the Beatles. I think one of the famous covers that is great is Joe Cocker's Little Help from My Friend, which is actually an amazing version, right? So we can agree on that. But most of the time, it's very much a huge risk because you're just going to fall on your face if you try to cover a Beatles song. Now, with Across the Universe, I thought they did a really good job of making a modern version of that. Now, with Yesterday, I think it was a really cute idea. Now, this is just personally my opinion, and the rest of the guys can speak about it. But yeah, I watched it. I thought there were some cute moments, but it was a bit cringe for me personally because it's too close to home, right? So the idea that if a songwriter today who, is okay, just kind of starts playing songs. I really liked the main actor. I love him, but, in no world would anyone react that way. You know what I mean? The songs do stand up for themselves, but when they're presented like that. Anyway, so personally, Yesterday, I thought it's good. It's good that it's bringing Beatle attention because that's great for obviously just spreading the word about the Beatles. It was a nice little push in popularity. And I support it, as a whole. Like, I would prefer to come out as opposed to never seeing the light of day, but, it's a bit, it's a little too cringe. Now, Peter Jackson's Let It Be, obviously, was a tremendous job. I would love to see a biopic film of the Beatles where they did it really well. I would love that. I would yet to see that. I mean, there's a couple of good ones out there.
Yeah.
Now, the Let It Be show was fantastic. It was obviously footage of the Beatles, and I thought that was so incredibly heartwarming to see them getting along so well in their last, moments together, essentially. When it was kind of assumed that they didn't really get along at that time.
Yeah.
Nobody thought they would be in such great spirits the whole time. I mean, 95% of the time. They were so close, and to see everybody in such great, spirits was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Me personally, I think the Yesterday film, I probably agree with you. I thought the Yesterday film the idea of it was clever. I thought it was a very clever idea, and of course, as Tyson said, the music speaks for itself. So the music's always you're always gonna win with the music. Yeah, maybe it was a little bit silly, but I mean, does that really matter? I guess I wouldn't say it does. I suppose from a Beatle tribute band point of view, yeah, it's probably a little bit silly, but I enjoyed it all the same. I thought it was great. The Get Back Peter Jackson film was just incredible. Have you all seen it, by the way? Has all of you seen it?
That's not everybody. I don't see it. Show
It-
hands.
If you haven't seen it, you must watch this thing. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, the one thing that I found fascinating about the film, I mean, obviously, there's a wealth of information in there for people like us that have to perform that on stage, so you can kind of see them doing it, which you've never had that luxury for years. What I loved was the fact that, it's all been cleaned up and it's so crisp and sharp when you watch it. It looks like it was filmed yesterday. Pardon the pun. It looks like it was filmed, just the other day. You can't believe that that's sort of, I don't know, 60 years ago or whatever. It's just incredible to see that amount of detail and the way that it came over. And then watching the guys as they, we know what the songs are going to be. We've got the luxury of knowing what songs they released. But at the time of the filming of the film, they weren't written. and you can see them stumbling upon their ideas as these songs. I found myself willing them on. I was, oh come on, you're nearly there. You've nearly got it. It was just incredible. It was just amazing to see. I thought it was a superb job. Can you add anything, boys?
Basically, yesterday was rubbish, and Get Back was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah, in a nutshell.
Could you dress that up a little?
But yeah, basically that was okay, you know. But Get Back was fantastic, you know. If they could find more footage like that from the early days, or you know, the middle parts of the career, and clean that up as well. Because there's bound to be thousands of people have got things hidden in lofts, and you know, there must be some other footage that's never been seen that can be cleaned up and you know played to people like us and you and you know everybody who loves the Beatles. Fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't mind yesterday. I thought it was okay because I think
You would say that.
from my yeah. I mean, I took the kids to see it and we all enjoyed it. I think the thing we take it very very seriously, and we're dressed up here on stage. We take it really seriously, but you know, it's also we don't own it. We don't own it, and if somebody wants to make a film that's fun and jokey, then that's fine as well. You know, that's just another way of looking. But the good thing about it for us was that it brought Beatles music back into people's consciousness again, and put it at the front of their minds. And so, of course, people wanted to come and see us then. As for the Peter Jackson film, it's an amazing film. What I liked about it most was that all these years since that happened, people have said, oh, John said this to George, and George said that to Paul, and Paul said this to, all written in books or in magazines and legend and hearsay, and we actually got to see it happening first time. That was the good thing. It put a lot of rumours to bed and ended a lot of speculation about what happened, so we could see what really happened, and that's why I enjoyed it anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more questions?
All of your questions are like amazing questions. Do we have more? Here we go.
Hello. Hi, this is Christian from Blood Center. Well, first of all, it's nice to see you guys. It's really unbelievable. Anyway, all of you are major fans of the Beatles, but of course, you all said that you all listened to the Beatles to your father or to some family member. What I would like to know, what was the song that got you hooked to the Beatles? What was that main song that really made you love the band?
Mine, I would say, was This Boy. I saw footage of This Boy and I was like, what is this? 3-part harmony, that video of them, that black and white video of them all around, you know, together. You know the one. Yeah. I think they're lip syncing because it's pre-recording, but it's just so good, you know.
Mine's early as well, Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
That's one of my first ones, mainly because of John's voice on that one. Sensational voice. The early stuff. What about you?
It was always Help for me. Help always stuck out when I heard that, long before I picked up a guitar. Help, just from that, the intro, everything about it is just a kick in the face, you know, it's a great song. Again, the harmonies, the guitar, everything, the Beatles, Help, that's the one.
I mean, how I discovered the Beatles was in my father's record collection. And it was one day when my parents were out and I snuck into the best room that you weren't allowed to go in as a child, and you know, put my dad's record player on. I was going through all the records and putting different things on, and I stumbled upon this album that was called The Beatles 20 Greatest Hits. Now, I don't think it was actually a Beatles album, but it was a compilation that some company put together. And when you pulled out the inlay, it was kind of like a montage of the Beatles all at different points in their career. Some pictures where they've got the mop tops, and some with the long hair and the beards and Sgt. Pepper, all different pictures. So it wasn't really a song that captured me. I was first captured by these pictures of all these guys looking so incredibly different. So, and then I was trying to pick out, you know, like seeing Paul in the sort of collarless suit, and then trying to find him in the long-haired one or the sergeant, and that just fascinated me. And then I put the album on, and the first song was "Love Me Do," and I listened to "Love Me Do," and I was just taken back by that song. I just thought, wow, this is so catchy. I love that song. And then it went to the next song, which was probably "From Me to You" or "Please Please Me," and I thought, God, that song is so catchy. I really love that song. And then I went to the next one, and it was like, oh my God, that is so catchy. And I just couldn't stop listening to this album. But it wasn't necessarily a song that captured my imagination at the beginning. It was this album cover that drew me into them. And then after that, I just couldn't get enough of that music. And then I tried to match the pictures with what songs they were singing at the time, imagining in my head, did they look like that while they were singing that song? And it was, so it wasn't so much one song, it was just a mix of the songs. And after that album, I just could not get enough of it. Hope that's good for you.
Thank you.
Well,
Okay, it looks like that's going to be our final question. So we're going to use this time, okay, for all of you guys to invite all of your Filipino fans to your upcoming show.
yes, please. I've got a question for you. Are you all coming along?
Hi, yes, we are.
Well, thank you so much for this fantastic
press interview. You've all been lovely. Thank you for your precious questions. We hope we'll see you all there at the show, and we're in for a treat. It's going to be fun, you know. We're going to be doing a few costume changes, you know, and you'll definitely recognize these suits.
So come along, you'll enjoy it. It's going to be a great night of lots and lots and lots and lots of Beatles songs.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having us. It's been fantastic. Thank you to our host.
All right, give a big round of applause. Well, we have now come to the end of our program, and once again, on behalf of Concert Republic, thank you very much for attending this afternoon's press conference. We really appreciate your help and support in the promotion of the upcoming show. Ladies and gents, the Bootleg Beatles Live in Manila 2022, which will be held at the PICC Plenary Hall on Sunday, October 30th at 8 p.m. Have a great day, and see you guys at the show.
Yeah.